Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School, as we are getting you set for some Kahok soccer action as your Collinsville Kahawks host the Columbia Eagles. I am Todd Duke, and we welcome you into the broadcast booth here on the Kahok Sports Network, and we welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road there in Collinsville. You can give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 10 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties under second-year head coach Rob Lugge, who in his second year is now 27-13-2. Columbia provides the opposition tonight, and the Eagles come in at 15 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties under Jason Mathenia, their fourth-year head coach, and he is 72-30-8 into his fourth year. Taking a look back at the last couple of games here, well, for Collinsville, we know that they had a couple of wins after that big Granite City loss here last week due to penalty kicks at St. Mary's. They won 4-1, and then last night they were at Jabot and won that game 1-0. For the Columbia Eagles, they had a 3-game win streak snapped last night, or excuse me, in their last game, not last night, it was last week on Thursday, as they lost to Alton Marquette by a score of 1-0. So that accounts for one of their 2 losses on the year. The other one was against Jabot, the team that Collinsville beat last night, and that final score was 2-1. So there's some commonality there, if you will. And coming into this contest, the Columbia Eagles have scored 95 goals on the year. Now, they reside in the Cahokia Conference, and that features such small schools like Valmeyer, Lebanon, Salem, Westland, and Carlisle. And the Columbia Eagles have kind of feasted on those small schools, if you will. For instance, those 95 goals include a 8-0 win over Salem, a 8-0 win over Westland, an 11-0 win over Carlisle, and then you throw in 2 whoppers, a 13-0 win over Lebanon, and a 17-0 win over Valmeyer. That game there was 13-0 at halftime. So the bulk of those 95 goals for Columbia has come against some of these smaller schools. So, but you can't discount the bigger schools either, because they beat Belleville West by a score of 7-0. They beat Granite City 4-0. This is a team that Collinsville just lost to. They beat Highland 5-0. So some of the schools they have played, they are bigger than Columbia, but they have handled their own. Their 2 ties, we told you about one of the losses being against Jabot. Well, one of their ties was against Jabot. The second game of the year, that was a 1-1 tie, and then they had back-to-back 0-0 ties versus Mattoon at a tournament in Chatham-Glenwood, and then again the next day against the host Chatham-Glenwood Titans. So we'll find out what that all shakes out to be here as Collinsville gets ready to take on Columbia. I had a chance a little bit earlier to catch up with Collinsville's head coach, Rob Lugge. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network as we're back at home getting ready for some boys soccer as the season is winding down here. We are at home facing the Columbia Eagles, and joining us now on the pregame show is Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. Last game that I saw was the Granite City game, so I'm going to go back to that one just for one question and one question only. Why did we decide to go into penalty kick phase instead of playing overtime?
Well, their coach didn't. He wanted to just end in a tie, and I really didn't want to end in a tie. So we compromised with PKs.
That didn't work out in your favor very well, so let's not do that anymore.
No, but, it's good to get practice before playoffs, and really, that game didn't mean as much as, people seem to make it out to be.
All right, so after that, you have a 4-1 victory over St. Mary's and a 1-0 victory at Jabot, both on the road, which is a good sign. So let's start with the St. Mary's game. Tell us a little bit about it.
The boys really bounced back. They really focused on just having a positive attitude and playing soccer like we've asked them to do, playing 1-2 touch, constantly making runs, and just staying positive on the field. It was a good result.
All right, last night you had Jabot. Last year I think I did the Jabot game, and that's a tough team to play against, man. And I'm not surprised at all that it was a 1-0 game.
No, they're a very good team. They have two really dynamic players up top. So for us to shut them out is a good thing, especially playing at their field. You know, playing at a grass field whenever you play on turf all the time is a little bit difficult. So the boys really, you know, we got a goal right at the end of the first half, and you know, we could have put some more in the net. We just, you know, we're unlucky. They had some chances and made some good saves. So a 1-0 result's a good thing.
Luke Liljegren scored the goal for you. He now leads your team. Last year's leader was Logan Whitehead. Did you see that flip-flop taking place this year?
Yeah, I could see it because Luke is such a dynamic athlete. First of all, you know, for a soccer player, he's more athletic than most other kids, and he's got kind of a want to go get it. Like some kids kind of, you know, let the game come to them. Lilj he goes and takes it.
He goes and takes it, and he goes and takes it at like 60 miles an hour too.
Yes, he plays with a reckless abandon. I feel sorry for anybody who gets it his way.
Well, since the last time I saw you and the two previous games that we just talked about, the seedings and the brackets and the schedule came out for the upcoming playoffs. Now, I don't know about you. I'm not a soccer novice or anything like that, but I was a little shocked to see you guys get the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I was, after that week and a half stretch we had, like knowing the talent we have, yes, we are a 2 seed. But after that week, I figured a 3 seed was more fitting. But hey, we'll take a 2 seed and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm sure like everybody else thought the same thing, that, you know, it was maybe just a little blip in the schedule that you guys ran through a little bit of a tough time. But overall, you guys before that were 7-0-1, playing gangbusters. You were just scoring goal after goal. So I think it was also based on your earlier success.
I do, and you know, basically our region is our conference, and they know the talent that we have, and I think most people don't want to play us, so especially going into the playoffs. So they're trying to work their way around that.
And how cool is it you get to host?
That is amazing. We are excited about that. Last year we were on the road nonstop, so it'll be nice to hopefully fill the stands with purple and have a loud crowd.
And just before I got here, we got a message, and now it's official because it's on the IHSA's website, that Collinsville is going to be the host of the sectional. So make it that far, you get another home game.
Yes, that is the hope. To be able to win a sectional here in front of the boys' home crowd with all the seniors that we have, it'd be a pretty special year.
All right, when the schedule came out and you all found out that your first opponent was Granite City, was everybody salivating at the mouth because they want payback?
Yeah, I believe so. I think the boys, you know, they knew they were a little disappointed after that game. The chances that we had, Granite's goalie played amazing that game, but we had multiple chances that we just couldn't find the net, and one silly mistake, you know, they score a goal and just kind of hold on for dear life. So the boys are ready to play.
All right, so now you have Columbia coming in tonight, non-conference game. You guys haven't played each other that much, just last year and the year before that. But this is a really, really good team, and they've got some players hurt, and they still put up 15 wins so far this season, and they've got 4 guys in double-digit goal scoring.
Yeah, I was looking at their stats today. They have 95 goals, I think it is. That's a lot of goals. So hopefully we can, you know, keep a shutout.
All right, so what do you notice about Columbia that maybe you didn't know before tonight's game?
Well, they bring back most of the players they had last year. So just kind of looking at film, they're good players. They move the ball. They're good. They're well coached. So if we can just play simple, like play the boys to stay committed to what we ask them to do on the field, then we'll be fine.
All right, one final question for you away from this soccer stadium. We're hearing rumblings around the St. Louis area again of maybe a soccer stadium, maybe an MLS team coming, blah, blah, blah. We've all heard this before. You're the soccer guy. What's your thoughts?
I kind of feel the same way about it. We've all heard this before until papers are signed and they're starting to dig, and then I won't believe any of it.
I'm with you on that, sir. Thank you very much for the visit, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
As head coach Rob Lugge of your Collinsville Kahawks, we'll take a break here on the Kahok Sports Network. When we come back, we'll set up the starting rosters for you, plus we'll add some more names and throw some more numbers at you. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are just about ready for some soccer action between Collinsville and Columbia. As we mentioned in the pregame show, yes, the seedings and the schedules came out last week for the upcoming playoffs, and Collinsville will host Granite City. That'll take place on Tuesday, October 16th at 5 p.m. We will, of course, be here for that one, and the winner will move on to the championship match. That'll be on Saturday, October 20th at 3 p.m., and whoever wins between Collinsville and Granite City will take on the winner between Quincy and Alton. Whoever wins that match will move right back here to Collinsville because Collinsville is now hosting the sectional. That'll take place on Tuesday, October 23rd at 6:30, with the championship game being Friday, October the 26th at 6 p.m. The winner of that will move on to the Bradley Super Sectional. That is October 20th, and the state final tournament semifinals will be played on Friday, November 2nd, and the championship matches will be played on Saturday, November the 3rd. Let's take a look at some more numbers for you. We will begin with looking at both of these teams in their current standings in the Southwestern Conference. Collinsville, one game behind Edwardsville in the league standings at 2-1. Edwardsville is 3-0. O'Fallon is 3-2. They have already finished playing their Southwestern Conference schedule, so they're going to stay at 3-2. So now it all depends on Collinsville and Edwardsville the rest of the way. Collinsville's final two Southwestern Conference matchups are at Belleville East. That'll be on the 9th of October. We'll have that game for you on KHawkSports.com. Matter of fact, that is our last game on the soccer schedule for the year until the playoffs begin. And then the final Southwestern Conference matchup for Collinsville is against Alton. Edwardsville, they also have 2 games left in the conference. They have a game on October the 6th. That's coming up this weekend against Alton. And then they are at Belleville West on the 9th, the same night that Collinsville will be at Belleville East. And as I mentioned, O'Fallon has already finished with their conference schedule. Alton, Belleville East, and Belleville West are out of the running. Alton is 0-1-1 in conference play. Belleville East 0-2-1, and Belleville West is 0-2. For Columbia, they are in control of the Cahokia Conference. They are at 6-0. Freeburg is the second-place team right now at 4-0, and Breeze Central, the Cougars, are at 3-2. Columbia 15-2-3 overall. Freeburg right behind them at 11-7-2. Now, for Columbia, they have scored, as we mentioned, 95 goals on the year. They have they've only given up 4 goals all year, folks. 4 goals all year. 2 of them came in that Jabot loss when it was 2-1. And one of them came in the Jabot tie. That was 1-1. And so you can see now that this team is pretty much stacked. They have 4 goal scorers in double digits. Riley Hubler leads the team with 20. Then you have Alex Barton and Carson Bridges with 13 each, and Brad Meyer with 10. Only one Collinsville Kahok is into double digits in goal scoring, and that is Luke Lilligren with his 13 goals. Here are your starters. We'll begin with Columbia. Ryan Lambert, Alex Barton, Carson Bridges, Noah Riley, Aiden Knox, Colin O'Brien, Charlie Harris, Micah Peters, Jonah James, Cameron Eden will all start in front of the goalkeeper Alex Venhouse. For Collinsville, Salvador Gaspar, Trey Simpson, Zach Covey, Elvis Campos, Logan Whitehead, Donovan Scott Gass, Spencer Pies, Luke Lilligren, Zane Baker, and Sam Huster are all going to start in front of Collinsville's goalkeeper Tate White. It is senior night here tonight. That's why we were a little bit late in getting on with a very senior-heavy roster. It took quite a while to get through all of the seniors and then all of their parents. So with that in mind, let's take a look at your 2 goalkeepers. Alec Venhouse, 1,250 minutes on the year, 15 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. He has 19 shutouts. 15 of those are solo. He has only allowed those 4 goals, so he has a goals against average of 0.26. 52 saves on the year, good for a save percentage of 93%. Tate Wyatt, 1,155 minutes. He is 9-4-2 on the year. He has 6 shutouts. 5 of those are solo. 1 of those shared. He has given up 24 goals on the year, so his average is a 1.66. He's made 89 saves, which is good for 79%. So those are your 2 starting goalkeepers. Not a lot of history between these 2 teams over the last 19 years. They've only played each other twice, and that was over the last 2 years. Last year at Columbia, Collinsville lost 3-1. Zane Baker with the only Kahok goal in that game. Riley Huber had 2 goals, and Jake Bridges had a goal for Columbia, and both of those players are back again as well. The tie came 2 years ago, a 1-1 tie, and that is the only 2 times that these 2 teams have played over the last couple of years. Before this game took place, the junior varsity game took place on this field. Collinsville scored a goal in the first half and added 2 more goals in the second half, and that was it. They did not allow Columbia to score in the junior varsity game, so the junior version of your Kahawks won by a score of 3-0. And that, I believe, is a look at everything that we have going on. Big thank you once again to Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew. Of course, they're focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville at 410 Regency Center. That is just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, right across the Beltline Road from the Yamaha dealership there. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Collinsville without one of their seniors tonight, Trey Shibish. He broke his arm in that game that we did last week here against Granite City, so he is out. Not sure if it's going to be for the rest of the year, but I would imagine with the broken arm, yeah, that is probably the case. Columbia, they have a couple of injured players as well, Trevin Gannon and Riley Huber. As we told you about, Huber scored the 2 goals in last year's game. Well, Huber has a torn ACL, and he is not going to be playing for the rest of the year. And Gannon, about 2 weeks before the tryout started for the year, he broke his leg. So they are without the services of a couple of their star players, especially Riley Hubler, who is a captain on this team. So each team is down a couple of players, and Jason Bethenia in his 4th year and Rob Lugie in his 2nd year for Collinsville will have to deal without a couple of their players. And that is it for the Chiropractic Works pregame show. We'll take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have some soccer action for you. It's Collinsville taking on Columbia. It comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. to create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
And again, we welcome you back into Collinsville High School in the broadcast booth here, the press box, if you will, at Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. We are just about ready. The teams have been introduced, the national anthem has played, and the two teams are huddled up in front of their respective benches, and we are just about ready to go. We can tell you that the girls volleyball team is in action tonight. They are on the road at Metro East Lutheran. They will return home Thursday against Carlisle. We'll have that game for you on the Kahok Sports Network, and this week is when their playoff information will get released. Their seedings will be announced Thursday afternoon, and then the brackets, the schedules, the pairings, the times, and all that stuff will come out the very next day, Friday of this week. So by the time this weekend hits, we will know where we are going to be for both soccer and volleyball playoffs. Wish we could say the same for the football team, but after that loss on Friday against Granite City, it is going to be virtually impossible for Collinsville to get into the playoffs. Yes, they have 2 wins. They would need all 3 wins in their final 3 games to be considered. But with a big game coming up against the 5-1 Belleville West Maroons, maybe a little bit too much of a tougher task to follow. And then you have the 2 remaining home games against Belleville East and Edwardsville. 2 teams I think that Collinsville could definitely beat. Edwardsville, not the same Tigers as they have been in years past. Belleville East, we beat them a couple years ago on the very final game of the year. So I think the big stumbling block there is going to be Friday's game against Belleville West. So they're working toward it, man. I can feel it. Maybe by this time next year we'll be talking about some Kahok playoffs. So we'll find out. We are just about ready to get underway. Collinsville, of course, is the home team. They are dressed in all purple. Their numbers on the backs and the fronts of their jerseys are in white. The Columbia Eagles, they are the road team, and they have on the blue shorts and white jerseys. The numbers on the backs of their jerseys are in blue, and we are underway. The goal to the right, which Collinsville is shooting at, occupied by Alex Vinhouse, the junior for Columbia. Here is Collinsville, and Salvador Gaspar trying to get his foot on the ball and break out toward the goal, but instead Columbia's defense takes over and shoots it up, and then Collinsville will take care of it with Zach Covey kicking it back to Tate Wyatt, and Wyatt sending it right out to midfield. Here is Campos. Backs it up to his midfielders and his defense, and they'll take care of it all the way over on the far side. Here is Collinsville trying to bring it up, just underway here in this first half. 95 goals scored on the year for Columbia. Collinsville has scored 56. So a big difference there, but as I mentioned, there's been a lot of double-digit scoring here for Columbia. Here is a nice pass from Zane Baker to Salvador Gaspar, but Gaspar couldn't catch up with it, and the Eagles will throw it back in. Elvis Campos takes over. Gives the ball up now to Donovan Scott Gass. Make that Zach Covey. Over on the far side, here is Luke Liljegren. Spins off of his foot and flies all the way upfield, where Columbia's Charlie Harris will take over, but he loses the ball, and staying with it is Hooster in the middle to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead looking for a little bit of help, circles over there on the left wing, circles back around toward the sideline, and then kicks it over on the far sideline. Collinsville trying to keep it in for a little bit of offensive pressure here. Just 2 minutes in to this first half, and that ball ends up going across the end line. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Columbia. It'll be Alec Vinhouse. Vinhouse wearing all Dayglow green. Looks like a big green highlighter. Has on the green socks and the green gloves as well. He sends the ball out to midfield. Bounces over the head of Luke Liljegren and back to the Collinsville defense. Here is Zach Covey. Covey will just send it back to Wyatt. And Wyatt, as he has one of the Eagles bearing down on him, sends it back out to midfield and beyond. Taking care of it is Noah Riley. Riley got his foot on the ball, and then a whistle ensued as Collinsville committed an infraction. So a free kick coming up here for Columbia. That'll be taken by Charlie Harris. And he gets it all the way up, right past Eden. And now Collinsville will pop the ball back downfield. Will it have enough juice to get out of bounds? Yes, it will. So it'll be a throw in there for Columbia. Just underway, 37 minutes left to play here in this first half. Elvis Campos sends the ball right back from where it came. Here is Nora Riley, gets it on a header and almost lost control of that ball, and Logan Whitehead almost had a free shot toward the goal. Back out toward midfield. Collinsville comes away with it again. Here is Zane Baker. Baker playing with a wrapped up right hand as he's been injured a couple of times this year. Here is Logan Whitehead, and Whitehead lets that ball spin out of bounds. Last touch by Columbia. Gets it up to Zane Baker. Baker turns the corner on the right wing and then accidentally has that ball knocked away from him by Aiden Knox. And Collinsville will have a throw in. Spencer Pies will take care of the throw in as usual here for the Kahawks. As we have played the first 4 minutes here. Here is the throw in by Pies. Kept it out front. That was a nice try on the bicycle kick there by Sam Huster, Huster. It ended up going a little bit wide, so Vinhouse will take care of it. Vinhouse sets the ball in, and he's ready to go. Out to midfield it comes. Here's Gaspar. Gaspar trying to leave it for Liljegren. Liljegren does get it right in the middle of the field. He's kind of left all alone, breaking in on the wing over there and getting Zane Baker taken care of for the Columbia Eagles. Now here's a ball that's popped up and then off of the head of one of the defenders out front. That is Aiden Knox, and that ball popped up right over the goal. That was a little bit of a dangerous play there for Columbia, and that will result in a corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. Corner kick will take place over on the far side of the field, and it'll be Zach Covey who will handle that corner kick for Collinsville. 5 minutes gone here in this first half, and here is the corner kick popped up and out front, and Logan Whitehead couldn't get a clean kick on it. Now he does, and oh, what a save there by Alec Vinhouse. Vinhouse caught that at the last moment and caught it right at his eyes. Logan Whitehead wishes he probably would have settled that ball down on the first try when he was in a little bit of open space there, and now the ball bounces all the way back down into the Collinsville defensive zone. Zach Roseman's on camera today. Nice to have him back in the mix. He's been busy doing some band-related stuff, and the band has been performing pretty well here lately, taking some trophies along the way. So we're glad to have Zach back here for a little while. He's going to join us Friday for the football game as well. On the road, last road game of the year for the football team at Belleville West. That game, by the way, moved up to 7:30, so we'll be on the air at 7:10 with the pregame show. Not sure why it got moved to 7:30. I haven't asked. I just assumed that it was probably because Belleville West is holding senior night. That would be my guess. Ball out of bounds all the way over on the far side. Let's thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. The Junior Service Club has been doing their thing since 1934. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy. And the next thing that they have coming up is the Cozy Cafe Baking Contest. That'll be coming up on the 6th. That's this Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at St. John Evangelical Church in the Faith Hall at 307 West Clay Street in Collinsville. For more information, you can call 346-1861. That's 346-1861. And they will have that information posted on their Facebook page under events. So just look up the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page. Out of bounds over on the far side means another throw in here for Collinsville, and it'll be Spencer Pies who will handle those responsibilities over there as usual. Pies throws the ball in. It's popped out off of the head of one of the Collinsville players up against the near side post. And it'll be Alec Venhouse who will send this back out on a goal kick restart. Of course, since the last time we talked, Cardinals did not make the postseason in baseball. And the Cubs and the Brewers and the Dodgers and the Rockies all had to play an extra game to decide the division winners in the wild card team. That was all decided yesterday. And Colorado and Chicago lost. So they will face off here in about a couple of minutes from Ligley Field for a chance to move forward and take on the Brewers. So another disappointing year for Cardinals fans. Third year in a row that the local 9 have missed the playoffs. Blue season starts on Thursday. Football season well underway, both the pros and the college ranks. So lots to look forward to, especially that first Blues game on Thursday at home against Winnipeg. Here we're scoreless thus far. Coming up on 9 minutes gone here in this first half. Collinsville has had a couple of opportunities. Here's a loose ball that Logan Whitehead couldn't slow down. Now here's a shot right at the goal from about 35 yards away off of the foot of Collinsville's leading scorer, Luke Liljegren. Venhouse sends it out. At midfield, Cameron Eden sends it back to his defense. Aiden Knox with it. Knox sending it up to Alex Barton. It is a call against Collinsville, and the Eagles will have a free kick from midfield. Right underneath our broadcast location, Charlie Harris sends it all the way through a bunch of people, and it rolls right to Tate Wyatt, who picks it up. And Wyatt will now send it back out. He does, past midfield. Logan Whitehead slows it down, sends it back to Zane Baker. Baker moves it up to Campos. Campos over on the right wing looking for some room. Has some. Oh! Luke Liljegren was cutting across, and that was a nice centering pass there by Campos, and Liljegren just missed. And I believe that ball may have went off of a Eagles player, so Collinsville will get another corner kick out of this. And in the corner, it'll be Zach Covey who will take it. 29:35 left to play here in this opening half. Scoreless thus far. Collinsville's second corner kick. This one's a little straighter, but still well out in front. And it is Zane Baker who will have to turn around and go grab the ball, and he skirts it up the far sideline. Now sends it through the middle, but it was off a body, so Columbia will get the ball back, and they will send it up, but not before it's picked off by Pies. And now they work the ball back into Zach Covey. Covey, he'll pop a shot right into the box over on the far side. Oh, off of the head and in. Off of the head of Sam Huster. And then it went to Logan Whitehead, and Logan Whitehead made it count. .29:03 left to play here in this first half. And Collinsville strikes pay dirt first. That was some nice ball movement down there by Collinsville. Preceded that was a nice centering pass by Campos to Liljegren. And Collinsville looking pretty good here in the early going for Logan Whitehead, his 10th goal of the year. So now Collinsville has two players with double-digit goals. Liljegren with his 13 and Whitehead's 10th. There's a pop fly that goes all the way out the other side, and Collinsville will have a goal kick restart coming up here, and that'll be handled by Tate Wyatt. Logan Whitehead led the team in goals scored last year. He's second on the list this year. Luke Liljegren has taken over that top spot. Wyatt sends the ball back out to midfield. Off of the head there at midfield by Zane Baker, and Collinsville on the attack once again. Here is Nelson Pacheco. Pacheco, who is a senior that I have not had a chance to call his name this year, getting himself into this game. And over here on this near corner, a nice little battle. Liljegren wins it, puts it in the middle. Oh, Logan Whitehead couldn't quite get there. It ended up skipping over his leg, and then right to one of the other Kahawks there on the other side, but was a little bit too late for that. Now Collinsville's defense playing tough once again. Liljegren gets the ball up toward the middle, and then it's picked off by Ryan Lammert for Columbia. Lammert works the ball up. Knocked away by Spencer Pies on a nice defensive play. He gets it up to Zach Covey. Covey over on the far side. Now they'll send it up into the middle where Eden picks it up for Columbia, and Collinsville really not letting Columbia get very close to the goal. Now the ball comes out, and that is going to be an easy goal for Alex Barton. (27-15). Didn't take long for Columbia to tie this thing back up. Alex Barton just scored his 14th goal. And we are tied 1-1. That goal that Logan Whitehead scored, only the 5th goal given up all year by Columbia. I was just ready to say that Collinsville is not allowing Columbia to penetrate into the Eagles' offensive zone, and as soon as those words left my mouth, so did a goal. 1-1. So Collinsville scores a little bit of an early go, and that is answered right back immediately almost by Columbia. Here is Collinsville on the move once again. Here is Trey Simpson, and Simpson had that ball knocked off of his foot by one of the Eagles players, so Collinsville will have a throw-in over on the far side. Well, they're going to have a free kick over on the far side. It's going to be 20 yards outside of the goal, but it's going to be so far offset left that you might as well add another 10 yards onto the distance there. Kick is on the way, and it almost gets through. Almost got through. And then Donovan Scott Gass was there, but just could not get a piece of it. So Collinsville will have their 3rd corner kick here in this first half. And Zach Covey once again will be the one putting the ball back in play. Coming up on 26 minutes to go here in this first half. It's low, but still way out front. I don't know if that's by design this time out or not, but that ball is staying out of the purple end zone area for the football team's end zone. And again, don't know if that's by design. There's not any wind blowing, so it can't be a wind-related issue. It is a very still night here. Very hot and humid day today here in the Midwest, but it's since cooled off since the sun has gone down. It's supposed to be 90 tomorrow. I thought fall started, but apparently it's going to be delayed a bit. 25.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-1 game thus far. Goals by Logan Whitehead for Collinsville. And then about 2 minutes later, Alex Barton tied it up for Columbia. On the far side, it'll be another throw-in restart coming up here for the Kahawks. And yes, it will be handled by Spencer Pies. Pies with those strong arms makes every deep throw-in almost like a corner kick. That one's high, heading toward the goal, knocked out of there off of a head, and then out front, Logan Whitehead trying to chase it down. He gets there first and then banks it off of the body of Ryan Lammert. And Collinsville will have another throw-in. It'll be Pies to handle that as well, but this one's a little farther away from the goal, about 50 yards out. Pies gives it the old heave-ho, falls down right in front of the bubble, and then kicked out of there by Columbia, but Zane Baker got a foot on it, and now we have a whistle on the play, and Collinsville is going to get a free kick out of this. It's going to be about 35 yards away. And it'll be taken by Trey Simpson, I believe. Simpson and Covey are both there. It is Simpson. He'll pop it up off of the head. Oh, another nice one by Donovan Scott Gass, but he just could not find net as Alec Vinhouse was there and made the save. 23:40 left to play here in this first half. Vinhouse sends the ball back out into play. It is settled down by Ethan Wilhold. Wilhold gets the ball back up to Nelson Pacheco. Pacheco battling it out there at midfield along with Zane Baker, and it's Columbia who comes up with the loose ball. Here is Lammert, or excuse me, that is Alex Barton, the goal scorer here for Columbia. That ball ends up out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up soon for Columbia. They have their throw-in guy as well. That is going to be Noah Riley. Riley throws the ball in deep toward the goal off of a body and then off of the body of Ethan Wilhold and back into the corner. Nice job there by Zach Covey to save that from going out of bounds. He gets the ball up to Pacheco. Pacheco sends the ball back up toward the middle where it's popped out back toward the Eagles' offensive zone by Charlie Harris. And now Collinsville trying to take over. Here is Luke Liljegren trying to get control of the ball. Ball eludes him, but comes right to the feet of Pacheco. Pacheco sends it up the near side sideline, but no one there except Aiden Knox. And Knox probably didn't want to do that, but he sent the ball right out of bounds. And now Collinsville will have another throw-in, and it'll be, you guessed it, Spencer Pies who will throw this ball in. Salvador Gaspar checks back into the game as Nelson Pacheco heads to the bench. Columbia has not made any replacements yet, as far as I know. Pies throws it in toward the middle, and that ball comes out, and after one bounce, it's picked up by Alec Vinhouse, and he will send us back to a restart. Time to thank some more sponsors. How about Pace Design and Construction in Maryville? Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Call 407-5466 or online pacedesignconstruct.com. 1-1 game. Coming up on just about the halfway point here in this first half. Collinsville and Columbia traded goals about 2 minutes apart here in the early going of this game. Kahawks trying to get the ball back upfield, but Columbia sends it back down. Here is Wilhold. Wilhold had the ball spin off of his foot and out of bounds. Alex Barton will throw the ball in. He'll do so to Ryan Lammert. Lammert being watched there by Gaspar. We'll send it back over to the near sideline for Noah Riley. Riley trying to thread the needle and find his teammate Cameron Eden, but that ball gets by everybody. Collinsville comes up with it, but Gaspar couldn't settle the ball down enough before it goes out of bounds. Another throw in here coming from Noah Riley. Riley, he hose it all the way down, and Collinsville will pop the ball back up toward midfield. Won't get that far, though. And now off the backside of Zane Baker, it does almost make it to the midfield circle. And Columbia trying to settle it down here. Here is Cameron Eden. And Collinsville gets the ball back out toward midfield. Taken over there by Lammert. Lammert will pop one up into the box, and it'll be well wide. Tate Wyatt thought about coming out to get it, but that thought quickly left his brain, thankfully, as the Eagles push another one toward the middle of the box. That's off of an Eagles head and across the inline, so it'll be Tate Wyatt with another goal kick restart here for the Kahawks. Halfway through, half number one. 1-1 is our score. Wyatt awaits and sends it out. Ping pongs off a couple of bodies out there in the midfield circle, and a whistle will stop the action. That'll go against Columbia. Collinsville will get the ball back, and it'll be a free kick here from beyond midfield by Zach Covey. Covey sends it up right past the referee and right into one of the defenders for Columbia. Eagles trying to bring it up. Here is Eden. He'll cut himself through midfield, and he'll pass the ball up over here on the near side to Barton. Barton scored the lone goal thus far for the Eagles, gets it back, and now Gaspar takes the ball right off of his foot and out to midfield. Zane Baker gets bumped there by Carson Bridges, but everybody's okay, no whistles. As Collinsville and Columbia continue to battle it out here. Here's a ball that's popped up, and Tate Wyatt will come to the edge of the box to make that save. Well, the boys of your Kahok soccer team will be hard at work tomorrow after school. They'll be at Culver's in a dine to donate deal. 15% of the money from the gross receipts will go to the Kahok Booster Club, and the boys will be out there serving up some of those shakes and burgers and all kinds of other goodies at Culver. So that's tomorrow night. And their golfing fundraiser is going to take place this Friday at Oakbrook Golf Course in Edwardsville. That was originally scheduled for September 7th, but that was rained out. So this Friday, they are still accepting sponsorships for their holes. And I think there's a couple of spots open for some teams as well. For more information, you can get a hold of the Booster Club president for the Kahok soccer program. That is D.M. Lawrence, the number 2 at att.net. Free kick for Columbia, and that sale is way high. So Monette Lawrence is her name. She is the president of the Boys Booster Club. Since we're in boys soccer season now, we'll give you her email address one more time. D.M., last name Lawrence, the number 2 at att.net. So Collinsville survives another scare there. Free kick coming from about 30 yards away. And it sails over the goal and through the football uprights, and Tate Wyatt sends it back out to midfield. Here's Logan Whitehead. Whitehead moves it over to Luke Liljegren, and Liljegren's ball just ends up out of bounds. Throw in coming from Spencer Pies. Right out in front of the box, and it's popped up into the box, and Liljegren gets a head on it first, now off the backside of his head as he wasn't ready for it to come right back down and hit him again. Columbia gets it out, pops it out to midfield. Zach Covey sends it back out into the Collinsville offensive zone, but there is Columbia and their defense to pick it up. They bring the ball upfield, do the Eagles, and that ball skips by everyone. Now it's a race for it. And a nice job over there by Spencer Pies to fend off his lone Eagle defender and make sure that ball goes out of bounds. It does. Pies throws it up the near side sideline, picked up here by Logan Whitehead. Whitehead turns and scoots the ball up the sideline, but no one there wearing purple and white, so Charlie Harris sends the ball back up to midfield. Nice try on the steal attempt there by Luke Liljegren, but it didn't work. Now over on the far side, that ball will be off a Columbia player and out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw in from midfield. Columbia and Collinsville tied at 1. Columbia won the meeting last year, 3-1. The year before that, a 1-1 tie. That's been the only 2 times before this game that these two teams have met over the last 19 years. Play at midfield. Collinsville trying to settle it down. Here is Elvis Campos. Campos gets it back to Donovan Scott Gass, who in turn gets it over on the far side. And right up the line it goes. Giving it a chase is Trey Simpson. He runs right into Charlie Harris, and a whistle on the play means a foul coming up against Collinsville. Looks like right now the referee is not going to hand out a card, but he will go over there and give a little bit of a verbal warning. Say, son, I know we're playing on a football field, but you can't tackle people. Sent down. Donovan Scott Gash uses his head to send it back out. Logan Whitehead off of his body, and now we're going to have a yellow card. This one is definitely going to go against Trey Simpson. Simpson will have to come off. And now Coach Lugie would like to have a word here with the referee. That was a short-lived conversation. Salvador Gaspar will come in and take the place of Trey Simpson after that yellow card. Ball at midfield. Columbia ready to kick it about 65 yards away from Tate Wyatt. Kick on the way, stays low. And off of one of the Collinsville players and out of bounds. So Columbia will have another chance here as that ball goes across the near side sideline. It'll be a throw in coming up from Noah Riley. And now Charlie Harris will give way. Or excuse me, Noah Riley will give way to Micah Peters. Peters backs all the way up near the fence to throw this one in. Oh, has one of those very special throw-ins. Ball out front and loose, but Collinsville comes away with it. Kahawks send it up, trying to find Logan Whitehead, and Whitehead will have to retreat. He'll get the ball. Collinsville has numbers heading the other way. Here's Luke Liljegren on the right wing. He'll cut in, and he'll get taken out inside the box. And Collinsville will have a free kick coming up here. Yeah, I believe. Nope, we're going to have a corner kick. So they did not call a penalty on that. Zach Covey. And again, the ball stays out in front of the football end zone. That ball ends up right off of the referee. That was almost a break there for Collinsville. Here comes the Kahawks, and that one is high and way out. Donovan Scott Gass had too much gas on that ball. 12 minutes to play here in this first half. We are knotted at 1. Both goals about 2 minutes apart. Venhouse sends it back out off of the back of Luke Liljegren, and Liljegren gets called for a foul in the process. So another free kick coming up here for Columbia. It'll be Charlie Harris who will take it. Harris sends it into the box off of the head of Donovan Scott Gass, and Tate Wyatt has to leap high into the air and grab that one with both hands before any further damage can be done. And now Wyatt will send it out. He'll pop it up, and it'll be shallow. It'll bounce right at midfield. Off of Liljegren's back once again. And this time, Columbia comes away with the loose ball. Here is Barton, and Barton had that ball knocked off of him by Spencer Pye, so it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Columbia, taken by Noah Riley. Riley throws the ball in. Collinsville will head back and get it. Here is Zach Covey. Covey brings it up the sideline, and that ball is just punched away from him by Alex Barton and out of bounds. And the ball comes back into play at midfield. Keegan O'Brien trying to settle it down there for Columbia, but Collinsville takes it over. Here is Gaspar. Gaspar over on the far side, gets around one defender, sends it into Logan Whitehead. Logan Whitehead puts on a couple of moves, getting rid of one defender, gets rid of another, finds Luke Liljegren over here on the right wing all by himself. Liljegren settles the ball down, tries a centering pass where Spencer Pies was coming right up the middle, but it was blocked out by the Eagles defense. Actually, that was not Pies, that was Zane Baker. As we are under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Sam Huster checks into the game. He'll take the place of Jarrett Allsworth. Spencer Pies with the throw in off of a head, and there is Venhouse to come out of there and pick up that ball before any further damage can be done. 9.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-1 contest thus far. Venhouse sends it out to midfield. Off of the head of Donovan Scott Gass once again. Zane Baker over there trying to get control of the ball, but it's out of bounds off of one of the Eagles players. And the throw in coming right down in front of the Eagles bench, right back to where it came from. Now it's sent up, trying to find Whitehead. They don't. They find Liljegren instead. Liljegren puts on some speed, cuts it around the right wing, and has that ball go off of Charlie Harris and out of bounds. And Collinsville will have another corner kick coming up here. This is their fourth corner kick here in this first half. No goals have come from their corner kicks as of yet. This one is popped up, has some spin on it. It stays out front, and Collinsville trying to settle it down and pick up another scoring opportunity. They do. Liljegren's laser shot picked off by Alec Venhouse. And another opportunity thwarted there by the Eagles. Let's go ahead and thank Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate. Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online, chapmantruckingllc.net. Kahawks and Eagles tied at 1. 7:20 left to play here in this first half. Here is Zach Covey. Covey will just send the ball back to Tate Wyatt, who will send it back to Covey. Covey will circle, try to get rid of a couple of the forwards, and does so with a nice pass to Zane Baker. Baker through the middle of the field. Looks and now finds Spencer Pies, who gives it to Liljegren. Liljegren on the near side sideline. And that ball leave his foot on a weird angle and out of bounds. Another throw in coming. This one would be handled by Noah Riley for the Eagles with 6:40 left to play here in this first half. Throw in comes up this near side sideline. Pies gets the ball down. Finds Dalen Frecker. Frecker finds Zane Baker. Baker works it up the middle, puts on the brakes, turns, puts on a shot. That is blocked out by the defenseman, Noah Riley. Ball still loose. Here is Frecker. Pops the ball up, but didn't have much juice on it. Now Gaspar going to chase it down over on the far side. Play still alive as Columbia comes up with it. Now a whistle on the play will stop the action, and it'll be a whistle on a foul against Collinsville. So Columbia will have the free kick restart, and they'll do it right here in their defensive zone. Here is Keegan O'Brien. O'Brien loses control of the ball. Here's Zane Baker cutting up the middle once again. Over on the left wing for Gaspar. Gaspar leaves it there for Baker. Baker looks, pops it toward the middle, and no one there wearing purple and white. Instead, it's knocked out of bounds by Aiden Knox. Collinsville will have a throw-in. Right down here from Spencer Pies. Pies ready to go. Throw in on the way. Comes down in front. Oh! Off of the head there of, I believe, Gaspar or Sam Huster. One of the two was there, but off of the head, and it popped right on top of the goal. 5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-1 contest. About 11 minutes in, Logan Whitehead scored to make it 1-0. And then about 13 minutes in, Alex Barton ties it up. Spencer Vlasic checks into the game here for Collinsville. Back to the defense it goes. Defense trying to set it on up. Here is Campos. Campos over to Huster on the far side. Make that Wilhold. Wilhold just gets ran into. No whistle on the play. Here is Logan Whitehead. Whitehead sends it across the front of the goal, but Columbia is able to keep it out. And now we're going to have an injury timeout. Injured player gets right up off the deck, though, and heads out of the game, so not much of an injury timeout. Throw in coming over on the far side from Spencer Pies. Pies down there at the end of the Eagles bench. Has a coach standing right in front of him. Says, "Excuse me, can you please move?" Pies gets muscle into it right in front of the goal, comes down and then out off of one of the Kahawks across the end line. So a goal kick restart here with 3:20 left to play in this first half. Alec Venhouse ready to set the ball down. Well, let's thank my friend Peyton Blaylock with RE/MAX Alliance. The real estate market is hot right now. You can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today. Their number, 618-780-4622, or visit them at theblaylockteam.com. And when you do, be sure to ask about their HERO program. That gives discounts to law enforcement officers, teachers, firefighters, nurses, as well as EMTs. Again, that number is 780-4622. www.blaylockteam.com is how you can get a hold of Mr. Peyton and his lovely wife, Emily. 1-1 game. Columbia trying to put on some offensive pressure, and a nice open field tackle there by Spencer Pies to take the feet out from underneath of Noah Riley. And Columbia set for their first corner kick. Ryan Lammert taking this one for the Eagles. Under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Ball on the way, kept low, and knocked back out of there by Wilhold. Right back to where it came from, toward the corner. And Columbia looking to set it up once again. A little bit of a miss hit there by Lammert. Now he'll have to send it back out to midfield, but there is Logan Whitehead, who comes up with the loose ball. He circles, sends it up over on the far side, and Collinsville is on the move. Here is Wilhold. He'll just send it back to the defense. Excuse me, that was actually Huster to Wilhold. Wilhold now over on the far side. He brings it up, and he gets tripped up. That's going to be a call against Columbia. Collinsville will have a free kick here. It'll be from about 25 yards out as we approach 1 minute left here in this first half. Collinsville with an opportunity here to break this 1-1 tie. Logan Whitehead, he'll be responsible for this free kick over here on the far side sideline. About 30 yards away. Whitehead sends it. It stays low, bounces off a couple of players out front, and then Columbia will send the ball back downfield off of the head of Jonah James. And now James will send the ball back to his defense and retreat on offense. He'll try to get there, but now Tate Wyatt will come out first. He'll send the ball back out to midfield with a half a minute to go here in this first half. Here is Zach Covey. Covey, nice spin move over there to get out of a couple of defenders' ways. Here is Logan Whitehead. He'll send it up over to the far side, trying to find Luke Liljegren, but instead he finds one of the defensive players for Columbia, Whitehead. He'll get it back. He'll move the ball up to Camden Fry. Fry over to this side for Luke Liljegren, but Liljegren couldn't track that ball down before it goes out of bounds, and that's going to do it. First half is going to come to a close, and we are going to be tied 1-1 as we get ready to head into the second half of play. It is time for our halftime show, which is brought to you by Cafe Agape. Cafe Agape in Collinsville. They have some of the best food around. They have nachos. They had that yesterday. Almost stopped and got some, but I remembered they had fish thawed out ready to cook, so I had to go home and cook that. But, yeah, they have nachos, big old pile of nachos every Monday. Burgers on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, pork steak, meatloaf on Thursdays. And, yes, fish on Fridays. Cafe Agape. Well, you can get them to cater your next event. They'll deliver some food for you, and all of the folks will be happy that you did. You can give Cafe Agape a call today. Their phone number is 345-2233. We'll scour the internet, see if we can find ourselves some scores to pass along to you. And when we do, of course, we'll come back and do just that. But right now, it's the Cafe Agape halftime show on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call 346-4884. Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And once again, we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here at Collinsville High School, where we are tied at 1 after one half of play. Here's everything I can find on the internet. I can't find much. Major League Baseball, Rockies right now have a 1-0 lead over the Chicago Cubs in the wild card game. So Rockies up 1-0. A big upset in volleyball, though, as the Edwardsville Lady Tigers defeated the O'Fallon Panthers 2-0 tonight in volleyball, and I believe that is Edwardsville's first loss in the world of volleyball. So that may open up some things here, and you never can tell down the stretch. Collinsville might have a chance to get themselves a Southwestern Conference championship in the old volleyball books. Only other score I can find for you right now is soccer At halftime, Father McGivney Classic Griffins, and the Altoff Catholic High School Crusaders are tied 2-2 at halftime in their boys soccer game. Here it's 1-1. Logan Whitehead for Collinsville at 29:03. Alex Barton for Columbia at 27:15, and that's where we are right now, tied 1-1. Junior Varsity won earlier today by a score of 3-0 right here on this very field. The girls volleyball team in action tonight at Metro East Lutheran. As soon as we get that text message sent to us, we will, of course, pass that along to you. There's a look at your halftime scores. Excuse me. Glenwood defeated O'Fallon. That was yesterday at 6 o'clock. That was in boys soccer as well. So, yeah, some of these score stream stores are a little old. I just ran across one on the front of my screen that said baseball. 2:30 this afternoon. Highland beat Waterloo. I have no idea because there's no baseball going on right now. At any point, that's going to do it for the Cafe Agape halftime show. We have second half action coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you here from Collinsville High School. We are just about set to get the second half underway. After the first half was a 1-1 draw. Logan Whitehead for Collinsville, Alex Barton for Columbia. About 2 minutes apart on goals, and that's where we stand right now, 1-1. As we have another 40 minutes put up on the clock. We switch ends of the field. Collinsville and their purple-clad varsity soccer team will be to your right, shooting at the goal to your left, while Columbia in their blue and white uniforms will be on our left, shooting at the goal occupied by Tate Wyatt on the right. 1-1 is our score. We are underway. Second half action. It's ended up being a very comfortable night out here. There's a nice crowd out here tonight, too. Let me tell you what, both Columbia and Collinsville representing their teams very well. Senior night here at Collinsville, they only had about 12 seniors on their roster this year. That kind of took a while, but well worth it for all the kids. Logan Whitehead was announced as the scholarship winner for this year's soccer team, so congratulations to him. As that ball ends up going out of bounds all the way over on the far side. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for Columbia. Nope, it's going to be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. Just underway, 1 minute into the second half. Tate Wyatt will put the ball down and promptly send it back out to midfield. And a little bit farther. As I mentioned earlier, no wind to speak of, so you're not going to get any wind help. That ball looked like it hit Logan Whitehead in the face. He stays with it, though, and Jared Allsworth seeing some playing time here on the varsity side. Sends the ball up to Zane Baker. Baker over on the far side, sends it and gets it right back. Overruns the ball. Now up over on the far side corner. Here is Liljegren, and Liljegren tries to put a ball into play, but off of a body. I believe Logan Whitehead. That ball ends up going out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Alec Venhouse. Venhouse, a junior. Jonah James, Carson Bridges, and Aaron Ron are and Zach Anderson, the only sophomores on the roster for Columbia. Everybody else, juniors and seniors. Collinsville, just juniors and seniors. Here is Zach Covey sending the ball all the way over to the visitor side concession stand. And now the Columbia Eagles will have a throw-in restart from over on the far side. Ball comes in high, didn't quite make it all the way to the goal. It's going to come right back to the person who threw it in, though. Couldn't tell you who that is. That's too far away for me to see the number, especially the ones on the fronts of the jerseys. They're a lot smaller than the ones on the back. Here comes Collinsville, though. Nice moves being put on here by Trey Simpson. Simpson gets past one defender, bumps off of another one, and that's going to draw a whistle against Columbia. So Jarrett, no, he's going to step aside, and it's going to be either, nope, not Logan Whitehead either. He steps aside. Zach Covey will take this free kick from about 40 yards away. It's on the way. He just pops it up toward the front of the box, trying to get some help, and that ball rolls out and across the end line. It's going to be another corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. I believe that's their 6th corner kick here in this game, if I'm not mistaken. This one looks like it's going to be taken by Logan Whitehead over there on the far side. Whitehead ready to go, pops it up, stays just out in front and off of one of the Columbia Eagles' heads. But here is Zane Baker, who circles on the left wing, brings it back around and then has that ball punched away from him right here on this near side sideline, and it'll be Allsworth who will throw it in. He'll do so immediately to Trey Simpson. Simpson sets it up right to the middle of the box, but blocked out of there by Columbia, and the Eagles will send the ball all the way back down the midfield off the top of the head there of Spencer Vlasic, all the way out to Tate Wyatt, who gets the ball up to Ellsworth. Collinsville trying to work it back up on the offensive side. Here is Zane Baker, who gets the ball up to Frecker. Frecker right in the middle of the field, shoots it over to this side now for Trey Simpson. Simpson on the left wing, puts on a nice move to get around one defender, forgot to take the ball with him, and comes back and gets it. Now splits a couple of defenders, comes in, runs into a player, and he'll get called for the whistle. Ball up in the middle. All the way downfield. Collinsville turns around, picks it off. Nice play by the defense and sends it back out to midfield where Zane Baker will take over. Baker shoots the ball up to Logan Whitehead, who tries to give it back to Baker, but that ball is blocked out nicely there by Ryan Lammert for Columbia. Collinsville gets the ball back up to Zach Covey. Covey shoots the ball up, trying to find Logan Whitehead, and Logan Whitehead was taken out of the play, so Collinsville will get a free kick from in front of their own bench there. It'll be about 35 yards away. Logan Whitehead got his feet taken right out from underneath him as he was on the move. Zach Covey will take another free kick here for Collinsville. Ball on the way. Nice trajectory off of a body and out the other side, though. Collinsville will retain possession, and this time it'll be a throw-in. And it'll be Allsworth. Jared Allsworth, the junior, will throw it in right past the feet of Trey Simpson, and then Donovan Scott Gass mishits it and kicks it over the goal and right on top of the Columbia school bus. Nothing like the volleyball that we saw get stuck up on top of the scoreboard at center court last week when we were doing a volleyball game. First time I've ever seen that happen. Stick around doing this sport stuff long enough, you'll see all kinds of firsts. Here's Zane Baker. Baker gets it over to Liljegren. Liljegren on the far side wing, dealing with a couple of defenders, gets it back to Baker. Baker now trying to work around three defenders, and does so into the box, puts on a shot, and it goes wide. Wow, Zane Baker getting around three defenders at the same time. 22:45 left to play here in this second half. We are tied at 1. Collinsville will have another corner kick coming up here. They've had a number of those. And after Logan Whitehead took the last one, it'll be Zach Covey again who will take this one. He sends it short and right up against that corner post where one of the defenders was standing and knocked that ball out of there. That one was earmarked for the second goal, and Collinsville would have had themselves a lead. Colin O'Brien was the one inside that goal net, hugging that near post and got that ball out of there. Now Columbia trying to send the ball back down into their offensive zone. Not a lot of work down here in the offensive zone for the Eagles here since this second half began a little over 8 minutes ago. Now the ball out of bounds. Throw in will take place over on the far side. Noah Riley throws it in a little short, and therefore it goes off over on that far side post before anyone could do anything with it. And Tate Wyatt will get us all started up once again here. Let's thank Metro East Roofing and Guttering, locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company that you know and trust. Give them a call at 345-5679 today for your free estimate. You can visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. First 10 minutes gone here, or just about gone in the second half. Collinsville putting on some more pressure, and Alec Venhouse has to come out over to that far side post and about 10 feet after that to make that save before anyone could put any more pressure on him. Ball out of bounds over on the far side of the field. Thrown back in immediately by Collinsville as the Kahawks look to work the ball up once again. Ryan Knoll, I believe, into the game now, trying to move the ball up. Logan Whitehead sends the ball up into the box, out in front, all alone. It's Trey Simpson, and then he passes it right to the middle. He wasn't all alone. I meant he was the only Kahawk there. And then the ensuing shot afterwards goes right over the goal and the football uprights and almost into the parking lot once again. So a goal kick restart coming up here for Alec Venhouse. Venhouse sends the ball back out toward midfield. Collinsville's Dalen Frecker sends it back into the Collinsville offensive zone, and now, Luke Liljegren was about ready to break away and run up that far sideline. Now we're going to have, is that a yellow card he just pulled out of his pocket? It wasn't against Liljegren, was it? Apparently it was. Huh. Well, we're really far away from the action over here, so I'm not really sure what happened. So Collinsville with 2 yellow cards issued against them here in this contest. Liljegren will have to go to the bench. And Sam Huster will come in and take the place of Liljegren. And again, conversations going on over on the far side with coaches. Conversation is over. Referee is walking back down to this end. And we're back underway. Columbia with the ball. They send it up through the box, and Collinsville kicks it out of there. And here is the just inserted Sam Huster, who gets the ball up to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead tripped right at midfield. And that one was Carson Bridges. And Logan Whitehead wants to know why he didn't get a yellow card. Yeah, that ball was back at the top of the circle over on the north side. Referee says, nope, farther back. Nope. Right in the middle of the Indian head. Right at midfield. Zach Covey will put it back into play. He does so, sends it a long way, and it's down on the ground in front. Whitehead trying to find it, can't do it, and now we're going to have another whistle, and this one's going to go against Collinsville. Coming up on 28 minutes to play here in this second half. 1-1 game. Here is Charlie Harris, who will send the ball back out for the Eagles. And he will just do so by a little pass over on the far sideline, trying to get it up to Alex Barton. Barton has the only goal for the Eagles here in this game. Logan Whitehead has scored the only goal for Collinsville, and now bodies flying all over the place. That one's going to go against the Kahawks again, so Collinsville will have to go play some defense, as we'll have a free kick here for Columbia about 35 yards or so away from the goal occupied by Tate Wyatt. Offset to the left. Wyatt's right. Right in front of the Eagle bench is where the kick is going to come from. Popped up and off of one of the Kahawks' heads, and it comes down. And a nice battle there. Trey Simpson is the one who comes away with it. Slips it right between the legs of one of the Eagles players, and now a throw-in will come from Zach Covey. Covey, well, they want him to back up just a little bit and then throw the ball in. Now they're going to give it up to Allsworth, and Allsworth will throw it right down into the feet of Logan Whitehead, and then Allsworth pops it out, back out toward midfield. Frecker trying to come away with it, does so. Gets just enough of a foot on it to get it over to Sam Huster. Huster moves the ball up to Zane Baker. Baker over on the far side, gives the ball up now to Ryan Null. Null puts it in the middle. Logan Whitehead was there, but right before he could get there, Alec Vinhouse came out to take that ball away. 26-15 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville will get the ball back. And from beyond midfield, that ball sent out toward the goal, popped straight up in the air. Huster, excuse me. I don't know why I say that. Huster couldn't quite find it. Eagles did. They send the ball back out to midfield. Here is Alex Barton. Hey, he had the ball picked right off of his feet by Donovan Scott Gass, who moves it up to Trey Simpson. Simpson putting on a couple of nice moves. Now Dalen Frecker will send it over to the far side. Null takes care of it, sends it up, and then off of the leg of Huster and out of bounds. Now in the bottom of the third inning, and the Rockies still holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Chicago Cubs. Cubs led the division almost all year long and then had to go to a one-game playoff. They lost that one to Milwaukee yesterday afternoon, so Milwaukee becomes division champs and secured a home field advantage all throughout the National League playoffs. So it's the Cubs playing the wild card game against the Rockies at Wrigley Field. Third inning, 1-0 in favor of the Rockies, and they have John Lester on the mound due to the Cubbies. So they put their best pitcher out there, and he still has given up one run. Here's Covey. Puts on a couple of nice moves, then gets taken down. He rolls and then jumps back up. That was a late whistle. Covey definitely got taken down, but there was no call. Matter of fact, he did a couple of somersaults, popped back up. The ball was at his feet, and that's when the referee blew the whistle. Covey sends the ball back down. A little bounce and a thump off of the chest of Carson Bridges. Back out to midfield. Jonah James circles with it, can't come away with it. Simpson does. And Collinsville will work it back up. Here is Frecker. Frecker puts on a nice little spin move there and trying to get the ball back to his defense, but can't do it. But there is Spencer Vlasic, who keeps Columbia from heading into their offensive zone. Now he'll shoot the ball up the sideline, give it to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead in the middle, gets taken off the ball. Nice play there by Noah Riley for Columbia, as Whitehead was poised to at least make a couple of moves to get a pass. Collinsville gets the ball back over on the far side. Simpson passes it up, puts it up in the middle. Collinsville, here's an attempt by Allsworth, but that's blocked out. Now the Kahawks are dangerous out front. Here's another shot, blocked out again by the Columbia defense. And here is Zane Baker. Baker shoves the ball over onto the far side, and Collinsville loses control of the ball, but they'll get it right back. Covey will send the ball up to Spencer Vlasic. Vlasic, and no call on that as Zane Baker was pulled down from behind. Now Collinsville will have to retreat. They get the ball up to Allsworth. Allsworth will go ahead and find Zach Covey. Covey cuts it through the middle. Now over on the far side, he'll give it up for Zane Baker. Baker, far side sideline, looks, trying to find someone to pass it to, and he finds Covey once again, or excuse me, yeah, Covey. And now a little pop fly shot by Ellsworth is picked up by Venhouse. And the junior goalkeeper for the Eagles will send the ball back out to midfield. Collinsville playing some defense. Nice play there by Spencer Vlasic. He pushes the ball up back into the far side, and then he'll get the ball right back, Will Vlasic, to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead over on the far side for Huster, and then out of bounds. Spencer Vlasic ready to throw this ball back in. Liljegren checks back into the game after his yellow card. And the ball ends up all the way back down. Collinsville draws a whistle, and they'll have a free kick from about 30 yards away. It'll be over on the far side of the field as we approach 21-20 left to play here in this second half. Free kick on the far side, taken over there by Zach Covey. Covey sends it low. Never did make it past the first defender, but Collinsville gets the ball back on a nice play by Zane Baker, back to Covey. And now Covey has the ball nicked off of nicked off of him, I guess. Free kick coming up for Charlie Harris. Just about halfway through half number 2, and we are still tied at 1. Collinsville and their defense sends the ball back up to midfield. Nicely done there. Here is Zane Baker. Baker gets it up to Luke Liljegren. Liljegren trying to dance around a couple of defenders. Did a pretty good job, but now Baker wants to chip in and help out. And now Baker is tugged down from behind. Another free kick coming up here for the Kahawks from about 40 yards away. And once again, it'll be Covey who will take it. And instead of shooting it toward the goal, they'll send it up to the sideline for Logan Whitehead, who tries to put it in the middle of the box. That's rejected. It comes back out, and the Eagles send the ball back up. A whistle on the play. We'll give the Eagles the ball back with a free kick, and it's going to be a long way down for the Eagles to come back and put on some scoring prowess there. Let's thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events in the city. Nothing listed on the City of Collinsville's event page on their Facebook social media site. But we do know that they have the Halloween and chili cook-off coming up toward the end of the month, so something for all the folks in Collinsville to look forward to. I know that my clan will be out there. There's a shot on goal by Trey Simpson, and Alec Venhouse makes the save. Yeah, my wife and daughters and daughter-in-law and are all going to get dressed up for Halloween. They're all going to dress up as clowns, which is funny because all my girls hate clowns. And they'll hang around in Collinsville and taste some chili, have some good fun times. Anyway, if you would like information on any event that the City of Collinsville has coming up, you can always check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page. And as always, the City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck in their sports endeavors. 1-1 game coming up on 18 minutes left to play here in this second half. 2 goals scored by one by each team in the first half, and that's all the scoring that we've had. Ball front. Oh, right off the post, off of the head of Logan Whitehead. Collinsville almost broke that tie, just inches away from making that one count. Now the Eagles are coming back. Boy, that was a nice play there by Donovan Scott Gass, because if he wouldn't have got a foot on that ball, Jonah James would have been going in all alone for a try on goal. Here comes Collinsville trying it once again. Luke Liljegren on the near sideline, trying to dance around a defender with that speed. Gets around one, can't get around the other as Charlie Harris just slid in and took the feet right out from underneath of Luke Liljegren. The ball goes across the end line, so it's going to be a corner kick here coming up for Collinsville. And it'll be Logan Whitehead who will take it. He pushes the ball out front. Zach Covey settling it down, puts a shot on goal right into the hands of Alec Venhouse. Probably the 7th corner kick Collinsville's had in this game. They've had a lot and have not scored off of one of them. Of course, that one was a not really a corner kick. It was more of a corner pass. Here's Zane Baker. Baker up over the far side. Passes the ball right in front of his bench to Luke Liljegren. Now it comes over here to the near side to Trey Simpson. Simpson will give the ball up to Allsworth. Allsworth from the corner has the ball go off the back of one of the Eagles, and it finds the hands of Alec Venhouse. As we approach 16 minutes left to play here in this second half, Collinsville came dangerously close to breaking this 1-1 tie. Ball popped up out at midfield. Donovan Scott Gash uses his head and gets that ball a little bit farther away from trouble, but Eagles sticking with it. Here is Cameron Eden over on the far side. He loses control of the ball. Now Luke Liljegren has it for Collinsville. Works it back to his defense. That is Covey, who gets it up to Zane Baker. And Donovan Scott Gass pops the ball up and out of bounds. Nice over-the-shoulder catch there by Trey Simpson as he was heading out. Throw in coming from Noah Riley here for Columbia. Throw in at midfield. Comes down. Carson Bridges takes control of it, gives it up to Micah Peters. Peters back to his defense. That's where he finds Charlie Harris. Harris moves the ball up into the offensive zone and scoots one through everyone. Tate Wyatt will have to come out, pick it up, and he'll be ready to get us restarted once again. Next action that we have coming up for you is volleyball style. Thursday night from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Non-conference action against the Carlisle Indians. As still awaiting to hear from someone from the volleyball team. I guess that means it's up to me to text one of them and say, hey, what's your score? I would think it would be over right now. Those things usually end pretty early. I gave my business cards to both of the student managers for the volleyball team and said, if you don't see my pretty face with a set of headphones on behind a laptop and a camera doing the game, that means I'm not doing a game tonight or I have another game to do. Please text me the scores. Still waiting. 13 and a half minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville and Columbia tied at 1. Jared Allsworth throws the ball in for the Kahawks off of one of the Eagles' heads, but right down to Donovan Scott Gass. And you know what? He was doing that during practice, too. I was watching him during practice, and he was sending just about everything out front well high and over the goal. So I don't know if Mr. Scott Gass had extra box of Wheaties today, but everything has got a little extra juice on it. And now Venhouse sends it back out. Oh, nice job there by Logan Whitehead. Steals the ball, comes in through the middle, puts a shot on goal, and it ricochets off of one of the Columbia players and across the end line. So the Kahawks will get another corner kick out of this. They're almost into double digits on corner kicks here in this game. Over on the far side, Liljegren shoves the ball in real quick, and Collinsville pops it up in the box, comes out. And now the Kahawks trying to get back at it again. Here is Zach Covey over on the far side for Liljegren. Liljegren on the right wing, looking to dance around a defender. Instead, he puts the ball in the air off of the chest of Covey. Oh, yeah, good goal. Trey Simpson unties the knot. $12-14 left to play here in this second half. And Trey Simpson scores his 4th goal of the year, and that breaks a 1-1 tie. Simpson did a nice job, had that one off of his chest, and then it settled down at his feet. He put a shot on, and he hit pay dirt. So 12-14 is all we have to get through to pick up a victory here tonight and a 3-game win streak. Here is Tate Wyatt, who comes out, rolls the ball out like a bowling ball to Allsworth on the near side sideline. He brings it up, cuts it across the middle to Frecker. Popped up by Spencer Vlasic. Headed back out by the Eagles, and here is Zane Baker. Baker had that ball taken away from him on a nice play by Ryan Lammert, who kind of just shoved it in between Baker's legs, and through the wickets it went, and Columbia is going to try to mount some offense here. There's a nice job by Donovan Scott Gass to keep that from happening. And now the Eagles will send the ball back down on a pop-up, and then Collinsville uses a body or two to keep the ball back toward midfield. And now popped up into the air by Liljegren, but a whistle on the play will give the ball back to the Eagles. Throw in coming from the far side. Noah Riley will take care of that for the Eagles. Doesn't look very purple, does it? Looks more like fuchsia. Uh-oh. Luke Liljegren's going to get tossed from this game. Second yellow card issued to Luke Liljegren, so that means his night is finished. And he will not get to play in the next game versus Rochester 2 days from now. This comes with 10:53 left, and that also means that Collinsville is going to be down a player. So a bit of a power play here, if you will, for the Columbia Eagles, who, speaking of power plays, they have an excellent hockey team. We'll be seeing some of them here real soon. I got my hockey schedule already, and Collinsville opens up the season on my birthday. Not doing that game. That's on a Monday. I have a game 2 days later that I already have on the schedule. I have folks coming over for the weekend, and I am not going to really feel like doing a game the next day. I will get up and go to work. And then after that, I'm homebound. Clock has stopped, so we'll step aside for just a minute here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are back, and a throw-in comes out the far side and goes across the end line. So they're trying to figure out where everything was and what everybody was doing. That's all right. We'll be okay. We're about 20 seconds off on the clock. Tate Wyatt will send the ball back out. Eagles will take over and play at midfield now. Collinsville up 2-1. Trey Simpson with the tie-breaking goal. With 12:14 left to go here in the second half. Under 10 minutes to play. Ball popped out of bounds over on the far side. This is why I don't like drinking anything except Mountain Dew in the booth. Mountain Dew does not give me the hic burps. Dr. Pepper does. That's what I have now. Here's nice stop there on the defensive side of things by Zach Colley. I tell you what, he's a great player to watch out here for Collinsville wearing that purple and white. Sends the ball up, gets it to Gaspar, who gets it all the way over to Huster. Huster cuts across the middle, back to Gaspar. He just overstepped it. Now Collinsville comes in, and again, it goes high off of the foot of Donovan Scott Gass. I guess if you're practicing and all of your shots go high, when you're into the game, it just kind of translates over. Actually, I believe that was Zane Baker who ended up shooting that ball. Now Huster gets it up to Gaspar once again. Gaspar trying to return the favor and give it to Huster. He'll get there before the Columbia player will, and now the ball ends up going out of bounds and last touched by Huster. So Columbia will get the ball back with 8.5 minutes to play here in this second half. And the referee wanted the student throwing in the ball to back up just a little bit more. That is Micah Peters. Ball comes in. Collinsville takes over. Here is Zane Baker. Baker. Nice pass to Huster. Huster. Yeah, now we're going to have an injury timeout. That was not intentional. They ran into each other. Actually, it's going to go the opposite way. It's going to go against the Eagles and Colin O'Brien. And a free kick coming up here for Zach Covey. Near side sideline. He sends it. It's got a little bit of a turn on it. Oh, blocked out. It's up in the air, and it's in. I want to say that was Donovan Scott Gass who scored that goal. If it is, congratulations to him. And it was, according to all the high fives he's getting. And a 3-1 score with 7:21 left to play here in this second half. That provides a little bit of cushion. And now Columbia down by 2 goals. Well, they give it to Salvador Gaspar. For Gaspar, his first goal of the year. Came into tonight's contest having 3 assists. That was his first goal of the year. So congratulations to the Collinsville senior on senior night. That ball popped up. Here's another chance for Collinsville. They have 3 players back to 1 defender. Gaspar puts a shot on, and it's a save by Venhouse. Well, and I tell you what, there was a couple of Collinsville players knocking on the door, salivating about that juicy rebound, but Venhouse clamped his hands on the ball and did not give up the rebound. 6.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville now up 3-1. Kahawks still digging for it, trying to get the ball back. For Collinsville after tonight, just 3 games left in the regular season. This Thursday against Rochester. Next Tuesday at Belleville East. We'll have that game for you here on the Kahawk Sports Network. And then 1 week from this Thursday, they'll close out the regular season right here against Alton. I did not put that game on the schedule because I wasn't sure how the rest of my schedule was going to fare at that point. So we'll see if we can add that on maybe, but that's a couple of weeks away, so we'll have to wait and see. Tate Wyatt. Wyatt has made a couple of good saves, but has not really been tested that much in this game, so credit the Collinsville defense. That was off of the backside there of Drew Schaefer for the Eagles. Now Alex Barton with it, sends it back to his defense, but Collinsville is there to take it away. Here is Gaspar again. Works it up over on the far side, and, taken out of the play. That is going to be a free kick over there on the far side, and it's going to be a yellow card issued against the perpetrator. And I believe that was, Spencer Vlasic over there creating all kinds of problems. And I want to say Charlie Harris is the one who gets the yellow card. He is. And by the way, that Collinsville goal scored by Salvador Gaspar was scored shorthanded, as Luke Liljegren has been ejected from this game. 2 yellow cards. 5:07 left to play. Here is a free kick coming up for Collinsville. All the way over on the far side. Offset to the right. And in the middle it comes. Huster couldn't quite get there. It comes back to Zane Baker. Baker trying to skirt his way back into scoring an opportunity here. And now it's popped up. And a bouncer to the goalkeeper, Venhouse. All the way down. James couldn't get a foot on it. Collinsville does, but now it's popped back up. Nice job by Donovan Scott Gass to keep that ball from heading down. And now the throw in right off the get-go here. And it's into the box area, and a slow roller. Tate Wyatt handles it from his far left-hand side. Let's thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's new website at collinsvillecea.org. Give you an idea what the teachers in the Collinsville School District are doing. You can visit that site and check it out as we're under 4 minutes to go as that ball ends up on top of the goal. Shot there from the corner by the Eagles. And Tate Wyatt will have another goal kick restart here. It's Collinsville trying to win 3 in a row after going through a rough stretch in which they went 1-5-1. Ball popped up right at midfield. Zane Baker off of his head, and now to Nelson Pacheco. Pacheco gets taken out of the play over on the far side. That draws another whistle, and Collinsville will have another free kick here. And it'll be Zach Covey who will take this free kick as time continues to tick away. He sends it up the sideline. Gaspar putting on some nice moves again. Now over on the far side, sent right back in the middle, and then we're going to have probably our 10th corner kick coming up here for Collinsville. And Zach Covey will take it from the far side corner. It's on the way, stays low, and gets knocked out by the Eagles defense. And popped right back in by Collinsville. Venhouse will let it jump over the line for an official out-of-bounds call, and then he'll give the ball up to one of his defenders who will send us back into a restart here. That's Noah Riley. Riley pops the ball up. Sam Huster off of his head, pops it right back to where it came from. Giving it a chase down over there is Aiden Knox. Knox sends the ball up the sideline, but it's picked off by Collinsville. In the middle, Zane Baker coming in, puts a shot on, and it just goes past the near side post. Under 2 minutes to go, and Zane Baker tried to give his team a 3-goal lead. Now Venhouse will send the ball back out. So if the Kahawks can hold on here, this will be a couple of quality wins against some really tough opponents over the last 2 nights. 1-0 over Jabot last night. And now trying to complete the victory here tonight over the Eagles. Throw in comes from Riley. Eagles on the move. Cameron Eden gets the ball up, and Collinsville's defense trying to stay back. Loose ball. Who wants it? Collinsville gets there first off of the leg of Zane Baker after it came out of that fray there in the middle. 1 minute to go here in this second half. Collinsville on their way to victory number 3 in a row, barring some kind of a freakish back-to-back goals being scored here by Columbia. Don't really see that happening, but that's why they play these games all the way through, and there's one off the crossbar. It pops up, comes down, and giving it chase. Collinsville and Allsworth. He just lets it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up here, and Noah Riley will handle that throw-in with 25 seconds left to play in this second half. Ball loose, comes up, popped up, over the goal, big time over the goal, and as Tate Wyatt awaits a new ball, that'll chew up some time on the clock as we're down to the final 15 seconds. Tate Wyatt sets the ball down and will send it out, and by the time it comes down after a couple of bounces, it'll be time to call it a night. Final seconds tick off the clock. Collinsville wins. Final score 3-1. Kahawks win their 3rd in a row after beating St. Mary's, Jabot, and now Columbia, as we make our transition into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, or excuse me, the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist, they're located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials, and again, they have the Starlight Lilies on sale for $30, and you can get that in a stylish vase as well. For more information, call Cullip Jennings Florist at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Kahawks win here tonight. Final score 3-1. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawks Sports Network. Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
I'm my team's #1 fan. I've never been #1 at anything until I put these babies on. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going to the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
Get protection plus unique extras. Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611 online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Final score here tonight, Collinsville wins by a score of 3-1 over the Columbia Eagles. And joining us now is Collinsville assistant head coach and junior varsity head coach. That would be none other than Mr. Jeff Hayes. Let's begin there, Coach, by talking about your JV team. They were victorious this afternoon as well by a score of 3-0. I know you guys only got a few games left before that season comes to a close. So talk to us a little bit about the JV Kahawks this year.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx us, but we're kind of starting to find our momentum, and we're on a bit of a roll here. We've picked up a couple good wins, some close wins where we've been playing well, haven't been able to put the ball in the back of the net, but at the last minute we kind of find a way to do so. So we're getting results, I think, that are matching our play.
And you guys had a 1-0 lead after halftime, so a tight first half. Still, it was a tight second half, too. You guys got one early, and then you got one really late. So the junior varsity Columbia Eagles play a pretty tough game too.
They do. They've played us tough the last couple years. They've got a really good program. I mean, they've got a lot of kids coming in year after year. So it's always a good match when we play at both levels.
All right, so we move on to the varsity side now. Big win tonight, 3-1, and the varsity team on a little bit of a roll too. After going through that stretch where you guys went 1-5-1, you've won 3 straight.
Yep, I feel like we earned this one, and the result kind of matches the play that we had. We had the better possession. We're starting to connect. We're playing with a little bit more composure, and guys are stepping up and finding a way to put the ball in the back of the net. That's something that we're really capable of doing, and looking back on that middle of the season where we just weren't doing that, I have no idea why, but it's finally starting to click for the guys. So it's nice to get 3 goals against a team like Columbia. They're 5 in small schools in St. Louis. We just beat Jabot last night. They're number 4. So 2 quality teams. We got another one coming up on Thursday against Rochester.
Yeah, and it is senior night here, and it's always nice when a senior gets a goal, but especially for Salvador Gaspar's first goal of the year.
Yeah, he's one of those kids you just can't help but just love to be around. He's got a great attitude. He's a fun kid. So him getting a tally on the board is pretty cool. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, Tate Wyatt had a good game in goal, but he didn't get tested that much. And I hate to see that because at this time of year when you're getting ready to go into the playoffs, man, you want your goalkeeper to kind of get tested and kind of get used to situations like that.
Yeah. We've shored things up in front of him. I think we're doing a much better job of preventing shots and not allowing teams to get into our deep third as often. We kind of had a little bit of miscommunication on their goal. Other than that, I think the back line played a solid game, and a lot of that has to do with Tate behind them talking them through.
And you guys, you mentioned you have a tough game coming up Thursday against Rochester. You're going to have to do it without Mr. Liljegren.
Yep, Lil just had a great season. It's unfortunate. He shouldn't have been talking to the coach like that, but I will say that the coach was baiting him down the line. I'm not really happy with that coach. He's got a tendency to run his mouth. I'll say that to him or anybody else. A coach on an opposing team should never be addressing a player.
And one Mr. Zach Covey, every time I see this kid play, I'm just amazed at his ability and the way he goes out about his business.
Yep, he's smooth, he's smart, is very composed on the ball, doesn't make many mistakes, and he's just one of those guys where he's going to make everybody around him better.
All right, well, I got volleyball Thursday, so good luck Thursday, and I'll see you
sir.
next week against Belleville East.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Jeff Hayes, the assistant coach for your varsity Kahawks and the head man for the junior varsity side, as both teams victorious today here, 3-0 on the JV side and 3-1 on the varsity side. And a big thank you to Zach Roseman for operating the camera here tonight, and, of course, to Coach Loogie for hanging out and doing the pregame interview with us. My name is Todd Duke. We're back at you Thursday right from this very school, just a little bit farther, due east into the Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, as your Lady Kahok volleyball team will return home. Victorious tonight, by the way, as they beat Metro East Lutheran in 2 straight sets. So the Lady Kahawks volleyball team on quite the roll, the soccer team on quite the roll, as both teams get ready to head into postseason play. Game time, I believe, 5:45, somewhere around there, depending on the junior varsity girls and how quick they can get done with their stuff. So that'll be coming up for you Thursday before we do our final football road show on Friday from Belleville West. Again, my name's Todd Duke, and everyone, have a fantastic evening.